going off injured than goals scored. We've had 3 off and a concussion sub, but still the 2 goals. The first from Johnny, and what an impact from Trincao, Julian, to set him up.
Oh, come on and change the game, and there's a lot going wrong there for Leeds, and still some of the old habits you've seen under Bielsa. But up until this point, Leeds were doing OK, forced a couple of errors, but this here now, as this ball goes into Jimenez and he sets it back, Strat has to get back. I don't understand why he wouldn't get back into the line and back 4. And then Dallas has to then see there's a big space here. So you're either tracking the runner of the winger or you're tracking the runner of Johnny inside. He does neither, gets caught, slips, and he's not able to recover. And, yeah, great cut back and a tidy finish from Johnny. Is
it a case of old habits dying hard for Leeds here?
Yeah, look, I agree with everything Jolien said. Their shape was good in the build-up to all of that, and then that going for the man-for-man and not looking at spaces, not looking at the areas that you've left, and they got punished.
Yeah. Just seconds before the half-time whistle, Wolves got themselves a second. They caught Leeds napping, did they not, at the free kick?
I think they lost their way, Leeds, and this is just a case of not switching on, probably a lack of leadership and organisation, and you look, Wolves capitalise on it. You know, you're seeing the shape. Look, straight away, you've got to be aware how many players are facing. There's probably a backlog of Leeds defenders around the back post just worried about the delivery, but Wolves don't do that. And then it's a brilliant finish from Trincao. As we said, he's come on, made a massive impact. They don't get out to him quick enough. And now you find yourself going in at half-time, 2-0, and you saw the manager go down before the whistle went because he's got to make changes and change things at half-time.
They look so much more dangerous with the Trincao one.
Yeah, he's come on, and again, 1v1, he creates opportunities for the team, and you can see how dangerous he's been. But yeah, Leeds look lost. I don't know how they change this, to be honest.
I talked about the injuries. We've seen Neves hobble off, Diego Llorente, but the most significant one, of course, for Leeds in their battle against relegation, Patrick Bamford. This is only his 4th appearance since September. And this doesn't look good, Jolien.
No, and even before this action, he wasn't running and he wasn't moving right. And then that there doesn't look great. He knows how serious this is. You could see the tears when he comes off and teammates consoling him. But for him to react that way in terms of being tearful can only mean he's aware of how serious that injury is.
I think players know that sometimes players are the best doctors themselves because they're so in tune with their bodies. You know when something's not right, don't you? Well, I do as well. But you know when you're injured and you know it's not good, and you just gutted for him because of how good of a player he is, how hard he works and his chances and stuff, and you don't want to see that.
Jolien, funnily enough, nothing funny about it, actually, but when you saw it, you said at the time, that reminds you of what happened to you on the training ground, a lengthy absence.
Yeah, again, like I said, the action before that was the thing I worried about the most because I could see he wasn't moving right and I could sense that he knows that he's going to be out for a while.
Yeah.
So instead of doing the right thing, and I'd have nothing against what he did, he stayed on. And then that happens and you make it even worse. And a similar thing happened to me. I came back from a long-term injury, reoccurred that injury, knew I'd done it, but instead of going off, I stayed on because I knew I was going to be out for months. And then it affected it and made it even worse, and I ended up being out for a year.
Yeah, and we certainly wish him well, and it's not as lengthy as his last kind of spell on the sidelines. But Leeds have got it all to do now, haven't they?
They have, yeah. You just want to get him to regroup. I think half-time, even though they went in and conceded so late, they did need to get in and regroup and